night dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from my books a keys of sorrow, sorrow from the lost Lenore. For the rare radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken satin surly rusting of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terror never felt before. So that now, 'tis the beating of my heart I stood repeating, this some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is and nothing more. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," and I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scared was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more." Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that's something at my window lattice. Let me see then what the wreath is and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. This the wind and nothing more."
Open here! I flung the shutter. One with many a flirt and flutter. In there stepped the stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched upon my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, a ghastly grim and ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, out of his soul, and that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs are one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden hear, of never, nevermore."
This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushioned velvet lining that the lamplight glowed o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er. She shall pass, oh, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed by an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls twinkled on the tufted floor. "Wretch," I cried, "thy God lent thee, by these angels he hath thee, respite, respite, and depend thee from my memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore." Quoth the raven, "Prophet," said I, "thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed there he ashore. Desolate yet all undaunted on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me, truly I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden if, within the distant Aden, if shall clasp a sainted maiden, with whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word of our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked up starting, get thee back into Tempest in the night's Plutonian shore, leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken, leave the loneliest unbroken, quit the bust above my door, take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, never. And the raven never flitting, still a sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from the shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.